Hello. It's great. And you hit the live button, expecting things to just work, and they don't. It's great. How's everyone doing? Hello, hello. Thank you so much for coming. I think an editing stream, rather unconventional, probably very boring, but for whoever has questions about how I make my videos, today is your day, my friends. Hope you're all doing great during these troubling times. Hope you're staying safe, wash your hands, stay at home. And yeah. Shit, I'm actually kind of nervous about this. I haven't streamed in like 8 months. Last one was on Twitch, so I have no idea what's gonna happen today. I did do some preparation. I'll show you guys in a second here. So, we are going to be working with Sony Vegas Pro 14. And this is a video that I would consider 60, maybe 70% done. And the reason I've done this, I prepared most of this, is because it's just hours and hours of like, I don't know, like stuff that isn't really suitable for live streams. So I'll show you how I do all these things, but you don't actually have to sit through all the hours of me doing them. So yeah, too complicated? Oh, don't worry, no, it's actually really simple. It looks complicated now, it's not actually complicated. Yeah, also, your voice sounds higher. That's because I put equalizer on him. Check this out. I'm gonna stop this music. Like if you're listening on this, and naturally, Mom came to the rescue. You see, this is just raw input on the stream, so that's why it sounds different. The copy, here's my noise gate settings, here's my equalization settings. So, every video starts, obviously, with playing the game. And usually it takes me, I don't really have an average figure, but I want to say between 6 and 30 hours of like, you know, me sitting there playing the game until I get something that I feel like is worthy of making a video. And then it continues with this script. Now, you will notice a couple things with the script. First off, I made the spacing very purposeful in the sense that I want to help with the setting of the subtitles in the video. So there's like very frequent spacing so that the YouTube algorithm knows how to space it when putting subtitles. So I hope that helps people who maybe have trouble understanding me. I add subtitles to every single video. You also notice that there's red text. Red text are retakes. So I'll take like half a page, let's say like this half of the page, and I'll turn on Audacity, I'll record myself say these things, I'll listen back to it, and if it's mostly okay, but something about this is like not okay, I'll redo that part, I'll mark it red, so when it comes to the actual edit, I know that I did a retake there. So, once that is done, we're gonna take all these audio clips, like this is what it looks like before it's edited. So you see this portion here, this purple portion on the timeline, this is the audio before it's edited, and here it's after it's edited onto all these like tiny, teeny, tiny chunks here. Just the parts edited properly. I'll let you listen in just like this opening part, so understand what kind of accent is that. It's me growing up in Germany, watching a lot of MTV. So this video's title is literally the physical embodiment of Nathan. Does it show that I've been playing a bunch of Overwatch with Nathan? Oh well. So I'll let you listen in on this, so you see what happens when I just record this. Here is one thing I will never understand about DPS players. In essence, you have been given the power of a god. In the world where you see how this little breather, you don't hear that in the videos. It's because I cut this out, so. In the world where you can zip, fly, and hammer your way to victory, some people decide, no. What I really want to do is play that guy, or this guy. So the first step is when you take these audio pieces, I apply some SFX, some FX on them. So I have my standard stuff here, which is equalization, noise gate, track compressor, and volume. So two things I always do is add an equalizer, which is like, it's a basic EQ setting. And if you make videos, you'll understand that your microphone is unique to everyone else's microphone, and you'll have to tweak your EQ settings. Literally, like, just play with these things, and eventually you'll be like, okay, this sounds good, and you'll just keep using it. I saved it as boss1 because I found it easy to remember. And the second thing I'll be adding is a noise gate. Noise gate is literally just, what you can and cannot hear, the threshold of volume at which it starts picking up. So, it's like, no. This break is not as noticeable anymore. But I still don't want it. So what I do is, I'll cut this. Here is one thing I will never understand about DPS players. In essence, you have been given the power of a god. Here's another break. I cut it. Whoops, I didn't mean to cut the video beneath it. And I put them together like this, right? Odd. In a world where you can zip, fly, and hammer your way to victory, some people decide no. And here's another break, and I don't want that, so I'll cut that out as well. Decide no. What I really want to do is play that guy. And I do that with that entire thing. I want to say on average for like a 10-minute video, you'll end up with like up to 20 minutes of raw footage whenever I do it. And it takes me like an hour. And it's like very mind-numbing, as you can see. It's literally just me like cut, listen back, and it's really, really boring. Do you have any tips on growing your channel? I don't know, like, my channel's pretty small myself, so like, one thing I did notice, though, is personality-based content usually works better than informations. Oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm making an effort not to curse on the channel. Zivan, oh crap, thank you so much. $14.99. That's a super chat right there. It didn't show up for some reason. Let me try and rectify that. Yeah, I'm sorry, I haven't streamed in like 8 months. YouTube streaming is like really new to me. But I appreciate it. Thank you. There it is. Zivan donated $14.99 through Super Chat. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. Yeah. So, audio editing is really annoying. I hate it. Are there paragraphs that you completely delete? Yes. It happens very rarely where something, when I listen back to it, because I recorded it and I immediately listen back to it, where something slips through and I'm like, oh my god, how was I ever okay with that? I will delete that entire thing and then just redo it completely. That's some Pathfinder right there. True. Let me see if I missed any comments here. Oh, I need to cut up my breaths. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference to the video quality when your audience doesn't constantly listen to you inhale. The program is Vegas Pro 14. Yes, I am German. Killer God, that's right. Greetings from Germany. Greetings from Germany here as well. Up north. Is it weird hearing yourself over and over? It's funny because you will hear from most content creators how they're like, oh, I hated listening to myself, but I never really had a problem with that. I don't know. Like, maybe when I was really young, when I was like maybe 12, 13, I was like, I didn't really like my voice that much. I don't know. I never really hated my voice, though, so I feel like I'm fine with that. What's your favorite and most hated Overwatch hero? My favorite hero is Ana when it comes to playing her. Super gratifying to play her when you get good with her. It really is. And my most hated hero probably Doomfist. Just because like she's really annoying to play against. I 100% need to start doing that. I just have to get better at editing. You'll get there. Do you play on an NA or EU? I play on EU. How much is Vegas Pro 13? I bought Vegas Pro 14 in the bundle, like on Humble Bundle, and was like $25 or so. If they do another promotion for Vegas Pro, you will definitely see it promoted on my channel. If you don't buy it through the bundle, it's like, I think upwards of $100. So, would you keep doing videos if you had like sub 100 views? I mean, everyone started, with no viewers. So, I'm only here because I did videos when nobody's watching them. Or don't you have as many subs? I don't know, there's many reasons. It's very specific type of content that doesn't appeal to everyone. We're asking so many questions. I'm trying to edit here. No, it's fine. I mean, I'm streaming so you guys can ask me questions. You don't really get to do that very often. So, you will notice that on this green track, it says BGM over here. I have a lot of music already placed. This might change in the final video. I just put it in here so you can differentiate between me speaking on stream and me replaying the tracks. But the music is usually the thing I do at the very, very last. And I try not to reuse music too much, but you will notice that a lot of My Hero Academia, Black Clover, Fire Force, like a lot of the animes that I like watching, I just yoink the OSTs and I use them in my videos. Because when I watch different shows, and I know I can use that music without immediately getting copyright struck, which I hope I won't, then it inspires me for stories and plot lines, so I like to use that music in that same fashion I've kind of seen in the show. Do you eat water or drink food? I mean, you can't drink food if you blend it. Does it blend, though, is the question. Do you make your thumbnails yourself? If you look in the description of every video, you'll notice that there's a link to a thumbnail artist. So whenever I didn't make the thumbnail, or the artwork for the thumbnail, they will be credited in the video. And I want to tell you their name, but they keep changing it on Discord, so I don't really know how to address them. But you will find the link to the website so you can buy art from them as well. I pay them as well. So yeah, there's that. Do you like the new calm wheel? I think it's a really cool idea. The calm wheel, for sure. Do you hate Mei or do you like her? I'm not that bothered by her, honestly. Like, I know a lot of people really hate playing against Mei. For me personally, I feel like she's not that bad. I don't know what hero you have to play to really hate Mei with a passion. So you did the thumbnail for this video? Yes, I did. Okay, so let's actually start putting, like, you can think of all these things here as Lego pieces that are waiting to be put into the narrative that I've already prepared. So, if we go to the very beginning of the video and we listen back to what I've been saying here. Here is one thing I will never understand about DPS. Needless to say, this is a massive spoiler for the upcoming video. So, I hope you're still gonna watch the video after watching the stream, so. Yes, players. In essence, you have been given the power of a god. In the world where you can zip, fly, and hammer your way to victory, some people decide, no, what I really want to do is play that guy. So now we gotta find some gameplay I want to put in here. Is the stream going to stay as a video? If you keep the link, yes. It's gonna be unlisted though, so it's not gonna be like, you're not gonna find it in any of the lists, but if you have the link to the video, you can rewatch it. So. Opinions on Echo. I'll have a lot of opinions on Echo in this video, so you'll see it eventually. So it starts off with a line of... Here's one thing I will never understand about DPS players. Here's one thing I will never understand about DPS players. So now we have a number of choices of what we want to do with this. And honestly, just the intro alone, for most of my videos, take about as long to edit as the entire rest of the video. And it's disproportional if you look at it in terms of video length, but because for the actual story portion, I just use my main gameplay POV, and then over here my my B-roll. It's very straightforward editing, but the intros are very abstract, so it usually takes a while for me to get them together. That's why usually I do them like in parts. Like I'll do the intro, I'll take a bit of mental break, come back, and then do the rest. I would never miss a video. You're my favorite source of giggles. Hey, thank you, Stream Snipers. Appreciate that. Will you stream your entire world? Probably not, because I don't think anyone wants to watch me do this. Way too many hours, I'm doing Overwatch 2 stories, and if so, are you doing the PvE mode? I hope the PvE mode is good. If the PvE mode is good and lends itself to making videos about it, sure. I'm 100% planning to review Overwatch 2 and the story mode, so that's something you can look forward to. But I'm not planning to stop playing this game unless, something drastic happens that makes me not want to play anymore. And Echo kind of did this. Echo made me play DPS, and that's kind of what this video is about. Is when supports go DPS. So we're gonna take one of our little Zenyatta clips here. You have look at this. You have like intro sequence of Zenyatta when you choose him as a character. You have one of the other animations. You have the little just standing there, and then the thing where he turns his head. We'll just take a basic one and put this at the start of the video right now. Here is one thing I will never understand about DPS players. See, and now this is like really static, and you don't really want to be static for too long. Sometimes you can do that like artistically, but if you're static from the very beginning, usually people will lose interest. So what we're gonna do is we click on this little button here. It looks like a window, and this opens up our event pan and crop. So now we can zoom in the video, but we need these little position markers here. And if we go to the end of the timeline, which is where this clip is cut, we can insert another keyframe. These positional marks are called keyframes. So at the start, it's going to be like the full screen thing. And at the end, I want it to be just like slightly zoomed in. A little bit in the corner because Zenyatta's in the corner. And if you look at the preview up here. Here is one thing I will never understand about DPS players. See, now it's not that static. Now it like zooms in. For the next part, I picked up this one. I'll just copy paste this over here. And in this part, I want to highlight the DPS heroes that are in the game. So we'll be popping this in here. You know, like we'll take this like virtual camera, we'll shrink it down and focus on the damage category. And we'll do the same thing essentially, but first we gotta trim it. Power of a god in the world where you see, we're just gonna make the camera move from left to right just a little bit, and then looks like this. Yes, players. In essence, you have been given the power of a god in the world where you see all that? You interlace. Listen, we're doing our best over here, okay? Did he already teach us the secret to his creativity? Drugs, maybe, or his endless hate for Doomfist? Definitely not drugs, unless you count caffeine. I drink a lot of coffee. It's mostly just watching a lot of shows, really. I watch these types of shows on YouTube. Barney64 does a great job with WoW Classic. Ragtag does the Apex Tales, obviously for Apex Legends. And then also if you just like, you know, you watch your regular shows on Amazon Prime, Netflix, Crunchyroll, whatever else have you. Watching this feels like crap from editing. Dude, you can just learn some things here. Did you teach yourself how to edit? Yes, I did. Very long time ago. You will notice it's very popular among YouTubers who use Premiere, Adobe Premiere, whatever it's called, Premiere Pro, I guess. I'm using Sony Vegas because it's affordable. Like it was a one-time purchase, and Humble Bundle was like $25 for me, and it's very beginner friendly. Premiere Pro has a bit of a steep learning curve, and there are some very simple things that are more complicated in Premiere, but some complicated things that are easier over there. So we are all living Mojo. I assume you mean JoJo references. I've learned basic video making by trial and error and watching some tutorials. How about you? Pretty much the same thing. I started editing first, like, Jesus Christ, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago in Flash, where I was doing sprite animations. And eventually tried After Effects, then Sony Vegas, and yeah. And there was like movie studio, whatever. It's like Sony Vegas Lite, essentially. That's what I started with. So, got it back to work. Was great catching the stream, Cliff. Stay safe. Hey, easy, and thanks, man. Hope you have a good time at work. How old are you? I'm turning 26 today. Alright, let's get this on. God, in the world where you can zip, fly, and hammer your way to victories. So for this scene where I say zip, fly, and hammer, I kind of want a quick clip of doing all these things. So I'm going to be looking. Here's hammer. Copy paste this over there. For zip, I want tracer. Bam. And an echo clip for the flying part. This might be a roll. It's a lot of this just like going back into my clips. You'll love some of those clips, let me tell you, dude. Like, they're actually great. Dude, did I not get any echo gameplay? There's no way, right? I actually forgot the echo gameplay. Wow. Okay, see, this is why I have this open. This is my folder of like stuff that I prepared for this video. Let's see, some McCree gameplay. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let me find something here. Just type echo in here. Echo Very Hard Hero XD. Regular Echo FFA. I'll just pull this in here. It's gonna look a little messy now. Don't worry about that. That happens very often, by the way. That's why like, people always ask me, why are you so upset about your replays being deleted? Like, just record it in advance. You never know what you need until the script is done. So I can record as much as I want, but it's still gonna be not enough. So now I'm just gonna look for a quick clip while I'm flying. Is echo? Here we go. I'm pressing S to cut this, by the way, in case you're wondering. So I don't know if Vegas is a linear editor or is it a frame time editor. I don't know what a frame time editor is. If you could specify that, maybe I could answer that. Still working on my own videos. Any tips you have saved from you some annoyances or saved some time? Organization is key. Something you might have noticed in this folder is that I just started doing this recently. If you save a clip with Shadowplay, it'll name it Overwatch and whatever the date is. I started just like categorizing them. So if you see B in front of it, that's because it's a short clip. If you see C in front of it, that's because it's a full game. Why just record the entire thing? And then I just named them, Horizon Stomp featuring Somnia Squad, How to Take Numbani as Zenyatta, Infinite Tiny Overwatch. This one's great. I gotta show this to you. Check this out, boys. Oh wow, that was perfect.
What the fuck is that shit? Why do you
This is me playing against Echo and Tiny
have
Overwatch.
infinite cooldown on? This is not funny. This is not funny. You gotta stop this.
See? So if I was ever like, oh, I need that clip, I can just like type in Doomfist or a Hook or Doom or like Tiny Overwatch, and then I could immediately find it. Organization is key. Organize yourself properly. You'll save yourself a lot of time just looking for things. Final Cut is an amazing editor, but super expensive. I kind of feel the same about Premiere Pro. I would love to switch to it if I had the time and money to do it. Have you ever been noticed by Overwatch celebrities? I don't know what Overwatch celebrities are. Sarah! €5 through Super Chat. Holy cow, thank you. Excited for the video. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. No cooldown stunts. It's great, isn't it? I missed the start of the stream. How do you come up with your script? Usually just in-game. While I'm playing, I already play the game in a way where I'm like trying to play towards this being a video. So you'll see me like doing a lot of meme stuff, It's like I'll be doing things I wouldn't do if, let's say, I played competitive like 2-3 years ago or something. So if something funny happens, I try to elaborate on it or like exacerbate it in some way. So other than that, I just play the game like it's looking for stories, really. Always trying to think about stories all the time. It's kind of just like, how do you write the script? It's just something that pops in my mind, really. So, hello, gamer. Hello, Necrodroid. Hello. Do you stream on Twitch? Rarely. So you just throw with video in mind? Yeah. Yes, I throw for content. I'm trying to not actually, hard throw. But it happens. Cliff, Return of the Meme King. It was when I played Zenyatta again. Do you watch Overwatch League? For this season, man, I feel really bad for Overwatch League. I stopped watching. It's too irregular. It's hard to follow. It's weird and random with hero bans. I feel like next year is going to be better because we'll have the general idea of what it feels like to play with hero bans. But when they introduce hero bans or hero pools, it felt really random, so I don't know. It kind of took a lot away, and then the whole COVID thing happened, and just didn't get better from there on out, so I feel bad for them. Do you have a basic framework in mind when you make a video? Like every 30 seconds, a sassy comment, or every 2 minutes cut of your Zen avatar? Variety. I don't have a strict framework of every 30 seconds or every 2 minutes, but if I review my footage, and I'm going too long showing you the same thing, I'll try to pop in a meme or change perspective or something like that. And if I go too long doing nothing that's exciting, either funny or exciting or building up to something, then I'll try to fix that as well. But that's something that usually I have to fix in the script then. So you want to keep people on edge when they're watching, and not just have this 40-second clip of your perspective and nothing exciting is happening. That makes for a boring experience. If you have a really long game clip, does the audio get async at the end? Yes. If I record more than, I think, 15 minutes of shadow play, it starts desyncing. A literal cat chose the hero bans once. I know people meme about that. I don't actually hate that. Because, it's random one way or another, right? Might as well make it entertaining. Get the cat in there. I don't hate, honestly, a lot of the banter between the on-camera talent I really like about Overwatch. About Overwatch League. I think Owl is really entertaining. Oh no, if he dies too much he has to redo everything. What's up, Echo? That's true though. It's so annoying to have your mains banned, but at least they can ban annoying heroes. That's true. I mean, I don't play comp, but I do kind of follow what people hate on Twitter. This looks like rocket science to me. Once, if you have an interest to get into this, in no time, this is gonna make a lot of sense to you. Do you have a media info downloaded? Media info? I don't really know what media info is. Oh my, can we get 69 viewers, dude? That's the sex number. Alright, let's move on with this. Been given the power of a god in the world where you can zip, fly, and... Okay, we start with zip, so I need a clip of me zipping as Tracer. I don't know that I do, to be honest. I don't think I blink at all in this clip. I did. Okay, cool. Themselves off the map, then engaging in combat. Okay. Of a god in the world where you can... Now I want to sync the moment I say zip with me using blink here. Can zip. Oh shit. As you can see, if you see this little indentation here, that means the clip is too short. So let's see if I can do this. World where you can zip. I'm totally gonna use blink here, right? You can zip. Okay, perfect. Very cool. So now, I just cut this right here. I get the next clip where I'm flying. In the world where you can zip, fly, and... Now I need the part where I'm flying. It's right here. Can zip, fly, and... Oh, it's really jarring. In the world where you can... Odd. In the world where you can zip, fly, and... Here's my favorite part. The hammer kill. I went hammering this entire game. I think I got like 6, maybe 5 or 6 hammer kills. It was really funny. Hammer your way to victory. Some people decide no. Really want to decide no. I like to do this thing where if I want to emphasize a point, I either zoom in or zoom out. So, if you see this entire thing now. Here is one thing I will never understand about DPS players. In essence, you have been given the power of a god. In the world where you can zip, fly, and hammer your way to victory, some people decide no. What? You see how, like, if you emphasize it by just having these black bars around, you could do the same with, like, zooming around. It just really hammers home. Pun intended, hammers home. It really hammers home what you're trying to say. And hammer your way to victory, hammer your way to victory. Some people... No. No. Gotta make sure this is inside. No. What I... There you go. Imagine if they buffed Zen's movement and gave him flight, blink, and teleport. I want a tiny Overwatch version of that, dude. Do you hate your own recordings? Do you hate your own video and voice and recordings? No. I can learn how to edit in Vegas with the stream. Wide people blog. Download media info. It's a lifesaver when it comes to analyzing your clips. I might have to look into that. I don't really know what it does. What a difficult decision. Get spoiled or enjoy the stream, editing stream? Really, yo, cool, man. When it gets sound and clip just right, it's really satisfying. You know, I don't really hate my voice. So, like, I know a lot of people when they edit their videos, they have a problem with listening to their own voice, but I really don't. I know. What I really want to do is play that guy. Or this guy. But not only do I... So we're gonna take back this screen right here, where I'm like in the training lobby, and I went out of my way to, you'll see that in a second, like scroll my mouse over the heroes I'm talking about. Or, where is it? This guy, okay. Some people decide, no, what I really want to do is play that guy. So now, of course, we gotta zoom in again. Usually I do, if I press this button here, I don't know if you can see my mouse up there, video preview on external monitor, so I have it full screen on my right monitor, which obviously you cannot see right now. Let's see if this works the way I want it to. No, what I really want to do is play... Is play that guy. Or this guy. But is play that guy. Or this. I don't like how the name pops in, you know? I'm trying to have a synced with that. Is play that guy. Or this. Play that guy. All So I think I'm gonna just take another Zenyatta clip here. Copy paste it over. We'll decide, no, what I really want to do is play that guy. Is play that guy. I really don't like how the name pops in. That kind of annoys me, to be entirely honest. Is play that guy or this guy, but I do have an alternative that I brought into my files, which is just the straight shots of the two characters. Wait, there was a real long comment I wanted to read. I started Overwatch a little over a month ago, and your videos really brought me to the game, showing me a lot of fun you can have, so thank you a lot. Hey, Devil Cake, I'm so glad you found the game to be enjoyable for yourself. There's a lot of people now being very jaded about it, so I'm always happy when I see people have fun with it. I don't know when Spolko stream a while ago. Thanks for tuning in, man. When will this be uploaded? Depends on when the thumbnail is done. I commissioned the art yesterday, so it might take a few days. Maybe Tuesday, I want to say, perhaps. Media info when set to tree. Give information about your clips, like the bitrate on the video, the frames, the whole other plethora of metadata. That's interesting. And Zen's Transcendency has like all these golden hands pop out. What if Blizzard added a hammer to every one of those hands? That would be great. I feel like your videos could be improved a lot if you moved over to Windows Movie Maker and used word art. Joshua? Oh my god. Are you... I was looking at that like, Joshua... Fuck's sake, Altix. God damn it. Maybe soldiers saluting? Maybe. If I was a gameplay editor a while back and Combo was a lifesaver? Can reveal how much you pay for the thumbnail? I don't know if they give me a discount or not, so I don't want to say that. There is a link in the description of every video where they made the thumbnail, or the art for the thumbnail. So I don't want to be like, that's how much I pay, but then actually it's like, not the same price, so I don't really want to reveal that. In consideration to them. Play Valorant? No, sir. Looks really boring to me. What software do you use? Shadowplay for recording, Sony Vegas Pro 14 for editing, and Audacity for audio, for voice recording. What you want to do is play that guy. If I use the straight shots, then I can't really use the shot of Zenyatta. Let me do this. What I do is play that guy. Or this guy, but this guy, but not that guy, or this guy. Oh, what I really want to do is play that guy, or this guy, but not only. Okay, I'm alright with this. I think I'll leave this blank. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I think I'll leave this portion right over here blank, and I'll come up with something later to put in here. Like the straight shots better? Yes, Sam. Are the Overwatch stories staged? No, they're just gameplay. Though there was this one episode. My team didn't realize I was throwing from 4 weeks ago. The replays were deleted, so all the B-roll was staged in that. But I say that in that video as well, so yeah. But other than that, no, it's just regular gameplay. Anniversary coming soon. I'm looking forward to being able to buy the skins, because I really hope they're gonna add a new Zenyatta skin. It's been so long. Do you have the key though? No. I was really excited for it, and the more I saw about it, the more I just got bored. So I stopped farming the key on Twitch. What is your opinion on Valorant? It looks really boring. If I wanted to play CSGO, I'd play CSGO. If I wanted to play Overwatch, I'd play Overwatch. Why would I play this weird in between? It looked really cool. I'll admit it. It looked really interesting and really cool at the start, but the more I saw of it, the less interested I was. So if people love it, that's cool. Especially like people who are super competitive minded, I'm sure will love it. I'm not. I like having fun in my video games. So that's that. Games with viewers, I don't really do that. I don't really stream gameplay, you know? The video was so funny. I loved how the hog hooked the wall in sync. It was so difficult because I saw the replay while scripting the video. So I tried to explain to him how the hog threw that hook. And he just couldn't do it. I was like, screw it, just toss it at the wall, who cares? Why do you sound so tired? I mean, I always sound tired, really. I was recording the voiceover today, and that just kind of strains my voice. This guy. But not only do I want to play that guy, I also want to play nothing but that guy. So here's where I'm gonna take this soldier clip. It's kind of a nasty soldier clip, though. Echo would remember this. It's kind of cracked. So this is like really cracked mid-air. I mean, I say really cracked, you know, for people that are bad like me. There's a really nice little rocket that I hit on Afara. This guy. But not only do I want to play that guy, I also want to play nothing but that guy. No. So I purposely set this in these like stages. Nothing but that guy. Like, but that guy, because I don't really want to do like the zoom meme. Zooming in, guys, in case you didn't know, zooming in is free comedy. Nothing but that guy. It's kind of like adding subtitles to your videos. It's free comedy. But that guy. Let's see if the timing's right, though. But not only do I want to play that guy, I also want to play nothing but that guy. Okay, so here's one thing I will tell you about editing as well. If you want to emphasize a point, like let's say I really want people to pay attention to the fact that I hit this mid-air rocket, there needs to be a lead up. If hitting the rocket is the first thing you see, there isn't enough time for you to process what's happening on the screen. So there needs to be a lead up before the mid-air rocket happens. But not only do I want to play that guy, I also want to play nothing but that guy. This is almost good. I got booped here. Bam. Guy. But not only do I want to play that guy, I also want to play nothing. See? So now there's enough lead time to the moment that I want to emphasize for you to, you know, realize, oh, we're playing on this map with this hero, and you can focus on the action. So, I'm gonna just focus the camera a little more centered. And if you zoom in all the way to where it pixelates, that's just like, whew. That's content territory right here, dude. Free comedy. Like, look how funny this is. To play nothing but that guy. No, of course. I like how this is like off to the side, because like if you look at this little dot, it shows you what's in center, and I kind of want the portrait to be in the center. Can I get away with this? That, but that guy. No, it's not bad. Just go a little bit more here. But that guy. Now, of course, to each their own, and everyone has different tastes, but I just can't wrap my head around why somebody would want to one-trick boring characters like Soldier 76 and Widowmaker, while the role... I could... I still have a couple of Widowmaker clips I could put in there. But that guy. Sounds like a different way to teabag someone. Yep. Zooming in on hit film is such a pain in the butt. Sony Vegas does a thing where like it's really simple to do a lot of things, but there are some more complicated things that cannot do quite as easily. You gotta find workarounds, and in my experience, Premiere Pro is the opposite, where really easy things are needlessly complicated. I think the Soldier ult should be on the words, but that guy. Normal thought, joke, zooming in, pure laughter. That's where I get smoked. Can you do something like Andrew JRT vids? You'll look like I can pull it off. I know the name. I swear to God, I've watched their videos before. I would have to look that up again. It's like one of those meme channels, isn't it? Was it the animation channel? I know the name. I 100% have seen videos from them. I just can't remember off the top of my head right now, so I can't really respond to that. What do you mean get boring characters like Widow? Hey, what's up, Drifty? I feel like a lot of the hit scan characters are really boring because the shooting mechanics in Overwatch are not that tight. The like general MOBA-esque heroes though are really good. So like, you know, anything that doesn't have like a traditional gun is really good IMO. We honestly need more Overwatch stories with Sir Throws a lot. I haven't played with Nate in a long time, but I played with him a lot when he was on like vacation or whatever, holidays. When he was off college, I remember. But then college started and he was really busy, so he kind of didn't play a lot anymore. That Doomfist is perfect. Pretty good YouTuber. He's a Doomfist main. I've 100% watched this video. 100%, yeah. That name is like really rings a bell. I just can't remember off the top of my head right now. But not only do I want to play that guy, I also want to play nothing but that guy. Now, of course, isn't enough of a difference. I don't know if I go even more pixelated. But that guy. Now, of course. Okay, so now I'm gonna just look for a Widowmaker clip, and I'll just type Widow in here. I have a lot of Widow clips. Jesus. Hacker, Widow FFA. C Clonac, Widow FFA. Usually the good part is like at the end. It's kind of boring, isn't it? It's like even looking at this, I'm just kind of getting bored, to be honest. Okay, now here's the real content. Make it 1 pixel. Oh, that's the idea, dude. Okay, yes. Okay, I guess this is the clip that I was like actually saving this for. I can use that. I can just pull this in here. Oh yeah, I never talked about that. The videos as well. Some people are like, why does your game look more like why are the colors popping more? If you press on the other thing, you know, when I press on this window thing, it opens the whole like cropping. If you press on the other one, the cross-looking thing, it opens up the effects. So what I did is add a color corrector, and I increased the saturation by 0.15. Yep, this is indeed live. Happy Socks presents. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, my saturation is up in editing, not in the game. That's why the colors pop a little bit more. That's a trick I learned from Jack Frags. He does that in his videos as well. And if you copy, like if you just hit your usual, what was it, Control-C, and then you right-click on another track, you can paste event attributes. So now it also has the same effect as what you just copied. It's really convenient. I'm gonna pop this video clip in here. The support category. Okay. It might be too short. Let's see. But that guy. Now, of course, to each their own, and everyone has different tastes, but I just can't wrap my head around why somebody would want to one-trick boring characters like Soldier 76 and Widowmaker, while the role has access to all these amazing and unique heroes. Hey, Stream Snipers, welcome! Thank you so much. I don't know why it takes so long to pop up on the stream, but I see you in chat. Thank you for becoming a member. I have to say thank you so much, because like this membership thing on YouTube helps way more than you think. You think like, oh, $5 a month, that doesn't do much. It actually helps a tremendous amount. So there it is. Stream Snipers, thank you so much for becoming a member. I really appreciate it. Thank you. If I can either try to skill shot people with extreme accuracy or one-shot people from downtown Uganda, one option does indeed sound more fun than the others. I guess, you know, that's fair. I mean, usually I hate playing meta heroes because like, usually heroes are meta because they're broken and overpowered. So I too prefer the more challenging version. So I can see that argument for sure. I just find like compared to all these like super cool characters you have in DPS, playing hit scan heroes just sounds so boring to me. Because like why don't you just go play COD or Battlefield or like Valorant or something like that if you want really tight shooting mechanics, you know what I'm saying? That's just kind of my thinking. Like I'll play hit scan heroes. It's not like I'm terrible at it. Sarah! Thank you so much for becoming a member! Thank you. Oh my god, 2 members in one day. Holy. Thank you so much. I'll play hit scan heroes. I'm not awful at it. It's just that I find all the other characters much more fun. Widow isn't the boring thing, just your gameplay here. You know what? That's a fair argument. Asa, homie. What's up, Video Game Royale? Glad to help. Love your Overwatch stories, and this isn't as boring as you think it is. Hey, thank you. I just play heroes to annoy the other team, like Junk or Sombra. I do that sometimes. I mean, there was the Fun Police episode I did. I don't know which story. So I literally just played Sombra to annoy the other team. What if then had Torp's Hammer that one-shots everyone? See, then he wouldn't be fun to play. See, I feel like Symmetra and Torp are actually really fun to play because they're bad. And I might be weird like that. Can you put the oof sound in whenever the enemy widow gets killed? I like the oof meme, but it gets overused really quickly. And like, if you see how many kills I get here, it will get really repetitive. I mean, Overwatch is an FPS. That's what they want you to believe. I don't know. Overwatch, I don't know. As somebody who has been playing first-person shooters for like, I don't know, 15 years? Like, as long as I can remember playing video games, I always played FPS. Overwatch is like baby's first FPS. Like, the shooting mechanics are not that great. It's the like hero-based characters that are really good, you know? It's like the Zenyatas of the world, or the Genji, the Tracer. If you look at, I mean, McCree feels really tight. I'll say that. McCree's revolver feels really tight. Widowmaker is like, Soldier is really boring. His gun mechanics feel really lame. Ashe also really lame. That's just my opinion, obviously. Then you have like really cool characters like Echo. You know, Echo, Genji, Tracer, like all this like really cool stuff. Torbjorn is really fun. Overwatch was my favorite mobile games. Yeah, same here. People still call Overwatch an FPS. Weirdly enough, yeah. Particularly Widow, as I'm so bad at her that I'm too stressed about the Genji jumping around me to get bored. You can see that. It's like a quacking duck sound. I think it's funnier than oof. Haven't heard that before. Overwatch is a hero shooter. Devil Cake is right. The only reason to play Ashe is to get Bob. I swear, when I saw that reveal, I hope Bob will be a playable character. Happy Socks presents. Thank you for becoming a member, and I'm really confused. It's gonna show up in a minute. Happy Socks, thank you so much. Thank you. It takes no brains to play Symmetra, but doing teleport things is fun. It doesn't have to be difficult if it's fun. There it is! Happy Socks presents. Thank you so much. I've joined the team. You have infiltrated us. Hello. Bob, do something. Good thing with Overwatch, unlike Valorant, you have a bonanza for your story series. Yeah, that's true. I could, like, what do I do in Valorant for stories? So I shot the guy, then somebody else shot me, and I had to wait to the next round and respawn, and then I shot some more people. It's just kind of really boring. What can I say? It's like, it bores me just watching it, so. Let's continue the edit. Play nothing but that guy. Now, of course, to each their own, and everyone has different tastes, but I just can't wrap my head around why somebody would want to one-trick boring characters like Soldier 76 and Widowmaker, while the role has access to all these amazing and unique heroes. God knows if I could, so... Okay. I last saw how when you were Reddit Lucio for a day. Reddit Lucio is like so much fun to play. Like, Lucio, I said it time and time again, one of the most fun heroes in Overwatch. Absolutely. They're so cute. Glad you like them. They're really old emotes. Well, glad you like them. I heard Paladins is still being played by like a fair number of people, and I heard it's good. So I didn't like Paladins when I played it, but it doesn't mean nobody else does, you know? I swear I just dropped the ball on adding Echo gameplay here. Okay, let's just take another clip from this. Oh my god. I posted this on Twitter. It's disgusting. Like, I get kill streaks with Echo that I would never get on any other character. She is so easy. I don't understand why people think she's difficult. Okay, here's me flying in, here to steal your kills. Echo's hitbox is too big. Echo's hitbox mostly benefits spray-based characters. Like Tracer. Tracer kind of deletes Echo if you're too close to the ground. But other than that, it's like, her head hitbox is massive, but other than that, she's kind of one-to-one-trick boring characters like Soldier 76 and Widowmaker, while the role has access to all these amazing and unique heroes. God knows if I could swap to something more exciting. Oh my god, I cannot pronounce his name. Is it Laurent? Is it? It looks French, so I want to say the T is probably silent, but I'll just say Laurent. Thank you so much for becoming a patron. I call it patron. It's actually called membership. Thank you so much. It's going to pop up any second now. Thank you, thank you. Lucius the best hero in Overwatch. Change my mind. I'm not here to change your mind about that. He's a great hero. Lucius great because he can. There it is. Lauren, thank you so much. Thank you. Lucius great because he can be a great support for your team, or you could get gold elims from pushing people off the map. If you are feeling that way, you can do both, exactly. Why not both? When I echo, I do the beam on people at full health. You shouldn't do that. People call Echo's hitbox too big, meanwhile Mercy wings are non-existent. I really dislike that about Mercy. I feel like Velk as an ability is really dumb on many levels, but the fact that she gets these massive wings that obscure the actual size of her hitbox is really annoying, next to unlimited mobility. Maker, while the role has access to all these amazing and unique heroes. God knows if I could, so... The whole part would, like, swap to something more exciting. I really feel like I should add, like, Moira gameplay here. Do I have Moira gameplay? I could just do, you know, the typical zoom in the support category, I guess. To the dismay. I swear, guys, the only reason I ever play Moira is, like, as an escape. Like, when I get dove and my team doesn't want to help me, or when I really feel like annoying DPS players. But Moira itself, I don't think is, like, a very fun hero to play. Once in a while in the support category, I would very much appreciate that. So we're gonna do this thing, where, like, we zoom in a little bit here. On the support category, I would very much... And then we're gonna do the super zoom on Moira, and get this. I'm gonna do the 1-2 whammy on this. I need to zoom in more. We go even further beyond, guys. Okay, are you ready for the comedy gold? Got him. I'm just gonna add an outline so the text is more readable. Never add plain text to your videos. Always make it readable. Which doing, like, a black outline will usually do that. I can keep it centered. Access to all these amazing and unique heroes. God knows if I could swap to something more exciting every once in a while. I don't like how the mouse is moving there off to the side, so maybe I'll just zoom in a little bit more to start. Pop. Bottom. God knows if I could swap to something more exciting every once in a while in the support category, I would very much appreciate that. Well, that's... There you go. Bam. Mwah. Top comedy right there. Any opinion on Overwatch Nintendo Switch Edition? I don't have a Switch, but I heard it runs really poorly. This looks so time-consuming, that's because of this. Gotta go, have a great stream, bro. I hope your video ends up as amazing as your others. Controversial opinions. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a fantastic day. Do you think competitive Overwatch is worth playing? I'm a diamond and it's just stress-inducing. It's way more fun to play quick play. If it stresses you out, don't play it. Really, if you have more fun doing quick play, play that. Overwatch is in, like, its, what, 21st season of competitive play? Ranks have become worthless. They never once reset the ladder, and there's no SR decay anymore, and the balance allowed people to get to a really high rank without any effort. Your rank is literally worthless now, and in my opinion, there's no point in playing it, because people are more likely to be toxic, to be annoying, and the game is more likely to not be fun. So that's why I stopped playing competitive. Do a Moira versus Moira where they just stand in front of each other holding a right click. I love stuff like that, I really do. I only found sadness climbing to Masters, though thought things would change and people would be more team focused. Masters is not that place. Happy sucks. It really isn't. Moira was okay when I started the game, a very forgiving character, but she got boring fast. Yeah. I mean, I personally don't find Moira fun to play, but I do believe she has a place in the game. And DPS players will always cry about damage orb, as if every kill they get as a DPS is always intentional, which is absolute nonsense. In fact, do I have a Doomfist clip? I know I have it. Let me show you. I'll just tie it. No, actually, I think it's in the folder. You can't see this right now. was a Doomfist clip. You'll understand what I mean. Yeah, it's called Accidental Doom Punch on Tracer. That's one I played with Nathan. Alright, so here's me playing Doomfist. Okay, check this out. So there's the Tracer. And I'm like, alright, I'm gonna chase after her. And now look at how she dies. That was totally not on purpose. Doomfist players acting like this is intentional. It's like, that was totally not. It's literally 80% of Doomfist kills are just hitbox magic. There we go. And like this happens all the time. You look in the general direction of somebody, and they somehow die. I even end up saying in chat, like, that wasn't even on purpose. So like, this is why Moira needs to exist. Like, I'm telling you, DPS players will argue that Moira doesn't belong in the game while thinking that Echo and Doomfist are perfectly fine, and that's a meme. May peace be upon you. May peace be upon you, Joseph Woodward. Can you do a story on getting a heart achievement? Achievements, the thing with the achievements in Overwatch is that they're really poorly designed, really uninteresting and boring, and the rewards are worthless. So, as far as YouTube is concerned, if you make an achievement-based video, nobody's gonna look that up and you're gonna lose a lot of traffic. Like, nobody's gonna care. If they had fun achievements in Overwatch 2, I might do that. Competitive is extended quick play, yeah, I guess. It's like, people are more likely to take it seriously if that's what you're after. You can play comp. But even in the chill environment of quick play, you'd be surprised how many people I encounter who are sweating their balls off. Oh, I see it all the time. I see it all the time. If you are even slightly above average as a player, you keep getting players like these in your lobbies because that's how matchmaking works. I'll try not to miss too many comments. I'm sorry, guys, if I do. One for one is someone who is the same hero as you, either kills my aim or boosts it, never in between. When you play Doom at the start of a round, you gotta pray you are lucky enough to hit random people. Yeah, or you are unlucky, mate. Now multiply that sample of gameplay by 2,000 hours and you get Chipsa. Can you believe Red Shell ended up being on the official Overwatch League live broadcast before Chipsa? Yikes. Doomfist is a character I always get one-shot by, but lack the skill to actually play him. Because I suck at... I mean, Devil Cake, I feel like if you just put a few hours into understanding his kit... Like, none of the characters in Overwatch are hard, if you think about it. None of them are, like, super difficult. It just takes getting used to. That's all it is. At least that's my opinion. In my opinion, I could sit down with any character I wanted and just get used to their kit. And then I would be, like, you know, decent enough with them. I'm not saying I would be great with them. The only hero I think I'm good at is Zenyatta. But I could be, like, you know, give a serviceable experience. Performance is what I'm looking for. Serviceable performance. Okay, let's see where we are in this edit. 76 and Widowmaker. While the role has access to all these amazing and unique heroes. God knows if I could swap to something more exciting every once in a while in the support category, I would very much appreciate that. With that said, being a support has not been all that easy for me ever since the release of Echo. Oh, you're gonna love this clip, guys. It's so funny looking back at it. I was livid when that happened to me. Let me just find it. This, like, it embodies my experience playing support ever since the release of Echo. Appreciate that. With that said, being a support has not been all that easy for me ever since the release of Echo. No, so here's what we're gonna do. Here's me typing in chat saying very cool. And we're gonna split this into two parts. So the first part is me getting destroyed in spawn. With that said, being a support has not been all that easy for me ever since the release. Gonna cut this at ever since the release of Echo. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so here's the thing. If you look at this clip, you see that the background is changing. You know, there's like the whole replay thing where it blacks out and then goes back to the gameplay. If you zoom in on the text, that looks a little confusing. So here's what I'm going to do instead. I'll take the bit up to the point where it's like kind of the same. It's just a gameplay background, and I'll just slow the clip down. If I right click and go into properties, I can change the playback rate. I'll just turn down the playback rate to highlight my message in the chat while retaining the same background. I'm just gonna zoom in on this. Here we go. Well, that said, being a support has not been all that easy for me ever since the release of Echo. Now, don't get me wrong. Holding your teammates' lives in your hands can... This is another great clip. Me playing as Ana. It's not the one. I have a number of really good clips in this video I'm, like, kind of proud of. Or less proud and more happy I finally get to use them. This is my Doomfist getting solo ulted by a Roadhog and him just like hanging by a thread. So Echo. Now don't get me wrong, holding your teammates' lives in your hands can be a very fulfilling experience, especially when you save them from the brink of death. And not to toot my own horn. I think we can go a little bit further. Experience, especially when you save them from the brink of death. And not to toot my own. So now the skull pops and it looks really irritating when the clip stops. So I cut this just before the kill confirmation appears. Because when like things appear on the screen and then you rapidly cut away, it looks very jarring. It has not been all that easy for me ever since the release of Echo. Now don't get me wrong, holding your teammates' lives in your hands can be a very fulfilling experience, especially when you save them from the brink of death. And not to Echo has been so oppressive to low mobility characters, I can't say too much. I personally wanted Echo to be support. She looks the part, yeah. I wish she was a support, like a really high mobility support would have been cool. But yeah, it's... Zenyatta already had a really hard time. Now with Echo, I feel like he's borderline unplayable. They should give Zenyatta jetpacks. I mean, every support gets some form of mobility already. It ain't that unfair, true. And Ana is a grandma. It's all part of the roleplay experience. Yeah, that's the thing, because I feel like, to me personally, Ana and Zenyatta are the most fun supports in the game, and they just get absolutely destroyed by, like, what feels like 90% of the roster. So I'm not very happy about that. Zenyatta is literally a hero that relies on your enemies being bad. Whenever you see me pop off on Zenyatta, that's because the enemies are bad. I could have played any support and win that game, because if they were any smart, they would, like, I don't know, switch to Hammond, switch to Doomfist, and just one-shot me. What if Zen's Volley was an ability that charges as fast as Sigma's Rock? I feel like that might be broken. He needs, like, some... I don't know what they... I don't really want them to buff Zenyatta. I feel like if they buff Zenyatta, he's going to be too strong. And if he's too strong, he's not fun to play. It's just a matter of circumstance where, like, the new characters they added make him unplayable. How is quarantine going for you? Dude, it's like... I never thought I would get cabin fever because, like, I stay at home all the time anyway. And now, when it's like, oh, you shouldn't go out, I really want to go out. And then suddenly it becomes difficult. I don't know why. But I've been hanging in there. It's just that, you know, people are losing their jobs left and right. That makes me feel really bad. My revenue is down like 50-60%, I believe. Like, I'm making next to no money. My videos are literally more expensive to upload than, you know, the money I make off them because I have to pay my artist for the thumbnail. But I want to keep doing it because I feel like the thumbnails are really good. I really want to keep making these videos because it feels like people are having fun with them and I'm having fun with it. So I hope that this whole COVID-19 thing blows over so that everyone can just have a normal life anymore. I already applied for unemployment benefits, so hopefully financially I'm going to be okay, but I'll hear about that next week. Just start an OnlyFans. Was thinking about it, dude. Makes Zen able to punch people in his soul. Oh, dude, you can do like the whole JoJo thing. Oda. Just like, you know, give him the punches. That would be great. I thought she was going to be a support. I think most did. I'm a little upset they released a DPS when the pool is so large already, and no more new characters till Overwatch releases. Sad. Yeah. She was meant to be a support, they said. It just like didn't work out, so they turned her into a DPS. Kind of sucks. I wish they didn't release her. I wonder what Pepe Jam Jam is. I looked at all and couldn't find music dedicated to XQC. Yeah, Pepe Jam Jam is an animated emote. And the video you found with the music is music. It's like emotes synced to music in a video dedicated to XQC. Bam, there we go. But you can feel lucky. For many students in Germany, school starts tomorrow. Oh man, I would absolutely hate to go back to school. I'm a college dropout, in case you guys didn't know. Yeah, I know. I did not enjoy college at all. And the new abilities we like to see for a support character. I feel like smoke screens could be an interesting mechanic in Overwatch. It's just that there's already so much visual clutter, I don't know that I want to see it. But yeah, a poison-based character and a like smoke screen type of ability are two things I always had in my mind that I feel like would be pretty cool if they could cut down the visual clutter when you save them from the brink of death. And not to toot my own horn, but my Zenyatta gameplay is kind of legendary. Okay. Sometimes I gotta make decisions like that. You know, I say in the clip my Zenyatta gameplay is legendary, but I use a very mundane Overwatch clip. Because for one, it's kind of the joke, you know, like, Zenyatta's my best hero, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm not that good. So it kind of writes some of the fact that, you know, that's the meme. But also, I didn't want to use a good clip for like a throwaway 5-second line. Death. And not to toot my own horn, but my Zenyatta gameplay is kind of legendary. I mean, my reputation has surpassed... Oh, this I love this clip, dude. What's that? Here we go. Play is kind of legendary. I mean, my reputation has surpassed me far enough as to where Winston players rather toss themselves off the map than engaging in combat with me. Name one... he jumps and he just like walks away. I mean, my reputation has surpassed me far enough as to where Winston players rather toss themselves off the map than engaging in combat with me. By the way, that guy, literally a thrower. Like, I don't know if you can see the name. Whoops, it was like some dumb Smurf account person. Crap, I don't want to manipulate this at all. Bot K4CP3R26. If you see that guy, actually report him. According to the enemy team, he was flaming the entire game, and then he started throwing himself off the map. It's funny for this clip, you know, like, oh, he runs off the map rather than fighting me. But in that game, that was actually, you know, not cool from him. Name one other Zenyatta besides Jonak that can say that. I also feel like there's something... Okay. So I did not prepare a screenshot of Jonak, but I'll do that off stream. I feel like there's... Name one other Zenyatta besides Jonak. I can just do the face zoom as like a placeholder. With me. Name one other Zenyatta besides Jonak that can say that. I also feel like there's something very... So embarrassing when you jump off the map as heroes like Winston, Trace, and Doomfist. I actually did it just the other day. Like yesterday I was playing Winston with a friend of mine who was on Diva. And I was like, I got this, and I accidentally jumped off the map on Lijiang Tower. It was really funny. We still won, we didn't win that game. We won that round, but we didn't win the game. That. I also feel like there's something very satisfying about playing a role that was not explicitly designed with the purpose of getting elimination. Deepfake J. Jonak's face onto Zenyatta. That's an idea and a half. I don't actually know how that deepfake business works. So this is a really long clip, but I really want to show this in this entirety because I'm kind of proud of it. It's me 2v1ing people. Can say that. I also feel like there's something very satisfying about playing a role that was not explicitly designed with the purpose of getting eliminations, doing that job better than their DPS. Winning a 2v1 as Ana is so much more gratifying than most other roles in the game, and as such, I put many hours into trying to get better with her. Though I know that if I... So I'm kind of breaking my own rule here. It's like, what is that, from 116 to no wait, what was that? Yeah, it's like, it's almost 20 seconds of just this one clip. And usually I say don't show, 20 seconds uninterrupted of one POV. It's kind of boring. But it's like me 2v1ing people. Well, I mean, eventually the Zarya shows up, but she doesn't really hit the Ana at all. The Lucio at all. So yeah, I really like this clip because it was such a hot, really intense situation. I was getting doped by both of the, by the Lucio and the Ana. And I somehow managed to win that. It was really good. Do you hum as you work normally? Just notice you did. Yes, I do. I also, if I had a face cam right now, which I don't, I stick my tongue out. Like, you know, when people like have this little tiny bit of like tongue sticking out while they're working, I do that. I've accidentally faded off the map as Moira. I feel like that happens to everyone, at least once. Do you watch Dino Flask? Who doesn't? I love Dino Flask. When you're gonna do a face reveal, I don't know, a couple of years ago, follow me on Instagram. It's not even a joke, just go to my Instagram. I got a great clip of me ulting as Lucio straight into a minefield that went off at the same time. Oh, that's unlucky. That Ana clip is so mood, right? That line about supports doing better than the best screams right at Lucio. It's ever the more impressive when you do it as Ana. IMO. How do you feel about Shadow Nerf? Absolutely unnecessary. That whole suit of CC nerfs, except for the main nerf. I think the main nerfs are good. Everything else is nonsensical to me. They don't touch Doomfist and Hammond in a patch where they try to address CC. What's that logic? 2 characters built around CC and they're not touching them, which inadvertently buffs them. So, like, what is the point? I don't understand. Doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, Shadow is perfectly fine. I don't understand why they wouldn't have Shadow. Put many hours into Sleeped Out is like, who the heck complains about Sleeped Out? Jesus. We're trying to get better with her. Though I know that if I describe it like that... Oh, here's another. Dude, sometimes I feel like there's no MMR at all in the... in FFAs, like in the FFA lobbies where you just wait to find a match. Because like sometimes I get into lobbies with like completely new players and I'm like, oh, I'm like 8-0, and it's like, oh, these people probably it's like the first time playing and I feel bad afterwards. Though I know that if I describe it like that, a lot of you probably think about Moira and how annoying it is to 1v1 her. And while I cannot say that I'm experiencing it is to 1v1 her, it's like it's just you literally didn't understand the video game. It's so funny to look at. And then I had a Lucio clip where I 1v1 enemy Moira. Oh, here it is. And while I cannot say that I'm experiencing the same amount of trouble that I often see described, let's not cut this there. Let's with her. Though I know that if I describe it like that, a lot of you probably think about Moira and how annoying it is to 1v1 her. And while I cannot say that I'm experiencing the same amount of trouble that I often see described online, I can It's gonna show like the whole fight between her and I, Jesus. Though I know that if I describe it like that, a lot of you probably think about Moira and how annoying it is to 1v1 her. And while I cannot say that I'm experiencing the same amount of trouble that I often see described online, I can definitely see why especially Genji players might be very annoyed over the fact that she, well, exists. Did they add crossplay to Overwatch or something? I don't think you have to show me killing him, do I? Let's see. Exists. Did they add crossplay to Overwatch or something? How did this guy end up in the same lobby as me? Now I know how I feel so bad about that guy. Oh my god. I always try to hit ball rollouts on Nepal and die every time. At least you're ambitious. Why mess with things that have been bounced for years? Yeah. They should fix, like, shadow hit registration, not nerf the duration. I killed myself with Ashe after killing 4 people. Only Echo was left on point. I used my shotgun from high ground on the left. That's RIP 27 SR. That 1 second sleep dart nerf sucks. That's a 1 less second to teabag my slap for. Exactly! Alan, that's exactly what I'm saying. Sleep darts and flashbangs was considered to be the skilled forms of CC, where you actually have to aim the goddamn thing. Nerfing them was unnecessary. I agree. It's like, why? I don't understand. It's like they look at the complaint of crowd control and they're like, all right, let's take the one that aren't actually a problem, and then they just token nerf them so people stop complaining, and they never actually address the issue. Nerfs are OP. I hope they don't make it to live. Tracer would become unbearable. I don't know that Tracer's hugely affected. I mean, actually, yeah, 1 second can make the difference between you getting your nade cooldown back or not, being able to one-shot her out of sleep. Yeah, it sucks. It's just I hope it doesn't go live. If you're losing 1v1, just win. Lol. That's right. Had a FA lobby where I got 36-0. I think the highest I ever got was, I think, 16-0. 36 was cracked. Holy. No, this Matthew, the CC nerfs are on the experimental card. The only one that was actually a problem was May. Yeah, I agree. Out of all the ones that they touched, May was the only one that was actually a problem, in my opinion. Just gonna cut this before the wheel. Just gonna do that thing and see how that looks. Oh yeah, some people ask about that one effect I do. For like inner monologue stuff, I use an effect called saturation adjust, and you can turn off the color corrector. This one really doesn't matter. For saturation adjust, you have like amount center spread low high, and you can play with these, and it changes like your saturation. Just get this to basic again. And what I usually do for like the inner monologue stuff is just I turn low all the way down. But online, I can definitely see why, especially Genji players, might be very annoyed over the fact that she, well, exists. Did they add crossplay to Overwatch or something? How did this guy end up in the same lobby as me? Now I know how. I will never get over that. Well, exists. Exists. Did they add crossplay to Overwatch or something? How did this guy end up in the same lobby as me? Now I know how most of you DPS players out there feel about Moira, but rest assured knowing that I am the type of player that really enjoys to put himself in front of a good challenge. While I... do I have a good clip for that? I don't know that I do. Oh yeah, this is the one with like, I know how you feel about Moira. Most of you DPS players out there feel about Moira, but it works almost perfectly. In the same lobby as me. Now I know how most of you DPS players out there feel about Moira, but rest assured knowing that I am the type of player that really enjoys to put himself in front of a good challenge. What's the combo for Ana when someone's sleeping? Oh, I keep getting it wrong. I don't want to tell you BS right now. I don't remember the order, but you have to, I think... It was shoot, nade, melee when they sleep, I believe. Do you ever get tired of hearing your own voice, the same thing over and over during the video? If I'm like in one specific scene and I just can't get it right, yes. Just like, you know, if let's say I listen to this part, BS me. Now I know how most of you, assuming I had trouble with this part, this will get annoying to me. I will admit getting shattered, hooked, slept, and flashed as well as frozen in a very short period of time is annoying. That happened to me on Genji recently. I got booped into a charge, and I survived the charge, and then I got slept and shattered out of my Dragon Blade. What's that accent? It's bad education on MTV. I think shoot, nade, melee, shot. I'm really not sure. I feel like before you get the second shot off, she already isn't stunned anymore. Shoot, nade, shoot, melee. Dude, don't listen to me. I don't play comp. May and try having fun now, XD. Doomfists are both a problem. Yeah. Try having fun now. They should focus more on the game's stats for CC characters instead of the whiners, but with the varying degrees of skill, there will always be someone unhappy, yeah. I'll tell you guys that much. The whole tier 2 and tier 3 scene of all like professional Overwatch, or like competitive Overwatch I should say, is a massive echo chamber. I know a lot of them are obsessed with the idea of quote skill, and they'll forget that this is a casual game. And they'll be like, oh, Moira is such a big problem, oh, Moira shouldn't be in the game, why does damage drop exist, blah 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 blah. And then completely ignore that like most of the DPS heroes are also very easy to play. So, I would take things that tier 2 and 3 players say with a grain of salt, personally, because, you know, always get multiple opinions from multiple places, and don't just echo chamber your own opinion over and over again. But rest assured knowing that I am the type of player that really enjoys to put himself in front of a good challenge. While I do indulge in the guilty pleasure that is tilting DPS players off the face of this planet by playing her, it also means that you probably won't be seeing me playing DPS in conventional fashion very often. The perceptive among you may have... For this entire part, I don't think I have the clips in this right now. I don't want to bore you guys by just looking through my clips, so I might just leave this blank for the time being. But rest The perceptive among you may have... Hammer of Justice. Oh, I already had this prepared. Where is it? It's not here. That's not it. So. Conventional fashion very often. The perceptive among you may have noticed that I did in fact go on a journey to try and obtain the grain. Damn it. Yeah, I can't do that. Via means of using my hammer in a previous episode. And following the... So now I want to insinuate that this is like, you know, past episodes, so I'll just add a black and white filter here. The perceptive among you may have noticed that I did in fact go on a journey to try and obtain the grain via means of using my hammer in a previous episode. And following that video, I've spent many more hours Now this is my favorite part. That's a lot of good parts about this video. I'm really happy with how this is turning out, but me going around and just collecting hammer kills is like the most satisfying thing. Let's figure this out. And following that video, I've spent many more hours dishing out dwarven justice, much to the dismay of my enemies. Whether you're a... It's just so funny. It's like, how do you react? It's like a top just running at you with a hammer. It's the greatest thing in the video game. Fellow support player, or heck, even... to the dismay of my enemies. Whether you're a DPS one trick, Again, this is what I said earlier about you need some lead up time so people understand the scene. Whether you're a DPS one trick, a fellow... Well, now it's as good as... Enemies. Whether you're a DPS... What did my enemy... Respray? Enemy. I should probably cut this before I turn. Just so it doesn't look that jarring. And following that video, I've spent many more hours dishing out dwarven justice, much to the dismay of my enemies. Whether you're a DPS one trick, a fellow support player, or even a tank. I didn't think I would get a hammer kill on the Reinhardt, but I did. It's great. A fellow support player, or heck, even a tank. Nobody is safe once I am in the driver's seat. And just like, I didn't teabag him because that Reinhardt was like a genuine new player. And he kind of got low-key flamed by his team. And I was like, guys, come on, like, you know, he's a new player. Don't be like that. So I didn't teabag him. I did spray out of reflex, I'll say that. He is safe once I am in the driver's seat. I just spray a lot. Like, it's something you can do just to keep yourself warm. Like, I mean that in the literal sense, right? To keep your muscles warm, just, like, flick to the ground and spray. It actually helps keeping you warm between engagements. So I do spray a lot. One time I sound barriered right before Ryan charged me into a wall next to a cliff. Anna slapped the Ryan after he grabbed me, causing me to get launched off the map. Oh my god, that's great. That would be a clip for a video right there. I remember joining a group that was convinced Soldier was the most broken hero, so I'd say their opinions aren't also logical. Soldier in FFA is busted. You guys should try it. Like, he kills people so fast with healers. It's super short cooldown as well. Can I recommend you good mango? Matthias, I don't read mangoes. Call me uneducated, but I really like the pretty pictures of the animus. So, I just don't find reading that enjoyable. I really like the animation and music and voice acting type of storytelling. As a Widow Ashe player, to be honest, I've never had any real problems with Moira. I also haven't. Like, I don't know what you have to play to be that upset with Moira. I just don't really know. They should focus more on game stats. I already read that one. A Cliff investigates possible cheater series would be so cool. Happens very rarely in quick play, believe it or not. I don't actually encounter a lot of cheaters, so. Also, there will be very short videos. I'm trying not to miss comments. I'm sorry. Like, you can probably tell I'm not a streamer. Like, I'm trying to edit my video. I'm obviously very slow at that right now because I'm streaming. I'm also trying not to miss too many of your comments. But you don't like to watch with English dubs? I don't think I've ever watched an anime that had a good English dub. I know they're out there. I just haven't seen them. So I always watch with the Japanese original. I love all the clips of you playing Torp to get the hammers. It's so fun. I love it. Do they call you Thor, the god of hammers? They should. There's always a bias. If you play one type, there's always a character of another type that you think shouldn't be in the game. Yeah, absolutely. It's like how I play low mobility heroes, and I think Doomfist shouldn't be in the game, you know? Everyone is biased in favor of their favorite heroes. The perceptive among you may have noticed that I did in fact go on a journey to try and obtain the grain via means of using my hammer in a previous episode. And following that video, I've spent many more hours dishing out dwarven justice, much to the dismay of my enemies. Whether you're a DPS one-trick, a fellow support player, or heck, even a tank, nobody is safe once I am in the driver's seat. And just like my Zenyatta gameplay, or if you guys like the Torb gameplay, you're gonna love this one. I love when people are super chill in FFAs, because you get amazing clips like this one. Let me just sync this. Proceed. And just like my Zenyatta gameplay, my hammer rampage has become well known enough in the casual community as to where even the most fearsome Doomfist players try their darndest to get away from me. And I can respect that. But all of these... I don't know why he did that. I don't know if he like... Because at this point, if you look at the clip, can I show you? I had 2 eliminations in this clip. And both of them were hammer eliminations. So maybe this Doomfist guy, what was his name, dude? Like, I need to shout this guy out. Maybe he was just like, Mark Nico, I think he was just playing along. He was like, this guy's only using his hammer. So he was like running away from me. It was the funniest thing. I love it. He'd rather die than get hammered. Yeah, he could have killed me. Like, he totally could have killed me, but he didn't. He just ran away. I spilled my coke. Everyone, I'm sorry, dude. I made a video and said thanks for 20 subs and all 6 subs after I made it. Why? I don't know. It actually happens very often. Like, especially if you have a big channel where you lose subscribers every time you upload, because especially like if you have like let's say like I have 50,000 subscribers, right? A lot of these people have subscribed like years ago, and I upload a video and it has been recommended to them for the first time in a long time, and they're just no longer interested. You know, they're like, I don't really play Overwatch anymore, or I don't care for this content anymore, so I'm gonna unsubscribe. So it's actually very normal to lose subscribers every time you upload a video, but obviously you're hoping to reach enough of a new audience to regain those lost subs and then some. That's just kind of how it works. Sorry, I like dubs. Go ahead and fame me now, seeing as you're all gonna do it anyways. I mean, you like what you like. I don't care if people like mangoes or animus, if they like dubs or subs. I don't really care. I used to play FFA DM all the time as Torp, only use hammer. I got so many clips doing that. It's the best content right there. YouTube's notification system's broken. It really is. Dude, it takes like a minute until somebody who like hit the join button shows up. It's really annoying. I have 4 accounts up to you. Why? I don't want YouTube to think I'm botting. 1 account is enough. But all of these have merely been detours in the... I'll tell you guys that much. For all of you who, like, you're trying to make YouTube videos and you're trying to grow a channel, when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I was super proud. Like, I was like, oh, I made it. You know, I was like, oh, 10,000 subscribers, that's it. It was at that channel size that I learned subs mean absolutely nothing. Like, actually nothing. What does it help me to have 10,000 people sub to the channel if only 1,000 of them watch my videos, for example? So I care more about consistent viewership than I care about subs. Like, I hit 50k subs the other week, and you didn't really see me celebrate. That doesn't mean I'm not appreciative. I'm very appreciative of people who sub and ring the notification bell because they want to see my videos, but I measure success by retaining audience and not by subscriptions. So if I see that all of my Overwatch stories get upwards of 20,000 views, I'm super happy about that, because that's 20,000 people checking out my videos. That's so cool. But if I see 50,000 subscribers and only 1,000 views, I'm like, I'm doing something wrong, you know? Like, these people aren't interested in revisiting my channel, and I'm doing something wrong. So don't get hung up on subscribers. I must confess, I thought Cliff and Stylosa were the same person for years. The difference is one of us is relevant, and the other one is me. Video stats are what matters, right? Yes. Retention time, watch time, average view duration, click-through rate, all that is so much more important than subs. I will say, though, when I did informational videos, a lot of people who look this stuff up, like tutorials and guides and news, they look this up, they watch the video, and they don't subscribe because they already got the information they wanted. They don't care about anything else. When I started doing stories, which is personality-based content, way more people per 1,000 views started subscribing. Like, it's crazy. If I get a viral video, and viral for me is like 50k views, right? Like, that's a ton for me. I'm really happy if I get 10k in the first week, and if it gets 20k over its lifespan, that's what I call like being satisfied. And I call 50,000 a really good video because it's not easy to match your subscriber count and views as far as YouTube is concerned. So if I get like a 50k view video, I will get a lot more subscribers off of that being Overwatch stories versus that being a news video. And the best example was, let me show this real quick. If I go into videos right here, I did, what even is Overwatch 2? 177,000 views. Video did incredibly well. And then you look at, my team didn't realize I was throwing. Overwatch Stories, 56,000 views. These 56,000 views, I got more subscribers from than the 177,000. Simply because it was personality-based content. And people are like, oh, I want to watch this video for the person. I want to watch this channel for the person and not just for the information in it. Teammate McCree came in to headshot them. Unlucky. Oh no, the stream is offline. Oh no. No, did my internet die? You're joking. Hold on. Did I just get baited? Wait. It's back? Okay. Oh my god. The entire chat just went wild. I cannot find the messages anymore. I'm sorry, guys. I have really bad internet. Like, this is part of the reason. To not being very entertaining without a script. I also have bad internet. Oh yeah, drop frames in the last 2 minutes. I was texting and didn't even notice.